Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm so excited to share my Japanese language learning goals for this year, 2024, with you guys. So as you know, I started learning Japanese in the fall of 2023, and this year I just feel like it is my year to learn this language to the core. So in this video, I'm going to tell you my goals for 2024. So let's grab a snack and get into it. First of all, why study Japanese? There's two main reasons, right? The first one is that like any other person reading and watching anime and manga, I really would like to understand like what I am reading and watching. And I always wanted to watch and read manga and anime in the original language. So for example, I am Swedish and I rarely, very rarely read books in Swedish. I read books in English because look at my bookshelf. I got a lot of books in English because I prefer the art to be untouched by a translator, basically. Also, a lot of words get lost in the translation. For example, in One Piece, they call the crewmates nakama. And in English, it is translated as crew, which is yeah, could be crew, but nakama is more like friend. It's more like a close family, but without the blood bond. And the second reason is that I love learning a new language. I'm always learning a new language. I think it is a great way to expand your horizon and your knowledge in culture and the whole world, basically. And you get to connect with people from a different background. And learning a new language, it can improve your cognitive skills. So when I am 70, I will not get Alzheimer's. I hope, cross my fingers. And learning a new language also helps with the cognitive skills. You get to be more creative and more well-rounded, I guess. Japanese is such a beautiful and rich language filled with a lot of culture. And it sounds kind of amazing when spoken. And it's kind of fun to talk. Take use the words like kawaii or oishi or sugei. And obviously, you don't have to talk like you're an anime character all the time because that's not what the Japanese people do. I love learning new languages. That is that. I'm studying Spanish at the university right now because I'm going to be a Spanish teacher. Look at that. And I've been dabbling a bit about Italian also as well, and Portuguese and French, and I can learn Norwegian since I'm Swedish also, so there's that. So those are my motivations for learning Japanese. Now let's talk about what I have achieved in 2023 to wrap this year up and to look forward into the new year. As said, I started learning Japanese in October, so basically that's like 3 months because I'm filming this in January. I didn't have a lot of goals set last year in my language learning journey, but I had gotten a good start into this, I guess. I have learned the basic writing systems, the hiragana and katakana, and I can read hiragana pretty well. And katakana, I need a bit more practice in. I also learned some basic kanji, which are Chinese characters that represents notions or words, basically. Kanjis can be a bit hard to memorize, but some of the kanjis actually look what they are. And take the kanji person. It looks like a person, doesn't it? I also learned some basic grammar, like how you construct a basic sentence in Japanese. I can introduce myself. Watashi wa Amanda desu. Of course, like I'm still like very basic, like just getting started in Japanese, but I can formulate some sentences. Like for example, これは本です. I'm glad my mom died. Wow, what a book. And you know, I'm gonna tell you a little funny story as well. I work at a cat cafe part-time, and we had a guest or a family from Japan. And they were talking Japanese, and I was just like chatting around with the guests, and then I heard that they talked Japanese, and I couldn't understand that they talked about the time. Like it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was chatting around, and then I heard him speaking Japanese, and I kind of understood, like super simple. I think I understood, but basically they said something about they have to leave now because it's 3 o'clock because they had to do something, and I was so proud of myself. And I also spoke to them, asking them if they were from Japan, obviously in English, because I don't know how to say where you are from in Japanese yet. So I'm going to look that up and I'm going to put it on the screen. Anyway, this Japanese family, they really appreciated I was trying to speak Japanese, and it was so cozy. I hope they will remember me for the rest of their life or something like that. In 2023, I read the whole One Piece manga in English, not in Japanese, so I guess that's those things. And also, I watched about 500 episodes of the One Piece anime also, as well. And it's kind of rewarding, because when you hear a word that you know, that you understand what it means, it is so rewarding, right? So those are my achievements in 2023. So now let's move on to 2024. Okay, so hear me out. In Japanese, there's a scale from N5 to N1, which represents what kind of a level you are in speaking Japanese. It's like the Common European Framework for Languages, the A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2, but in Japanese. Okay, so right now I am currently at like N 9,000 or something like that. No, but I basically am at N5, which means a very beginner. And my goal is to go to the lower intermediate level, which is N4. So that means in reading, one is able to read and understand passages on familiar daily topics written in basic vocabulary and kanji. And the listening, one is able to listen and comprehend conversations encountered in daily life and generally follow their contents, provided that they are spoken slowly, in italics. So to achieve this goal, I have some mini goals on my way there. That is, I would like to study at least 15 minutes every single day to achieve this, preferably more. Like if I can squeeze in like 1 or 2 hours, that will be perfect. But 15 minutes, I guess, some days I am very busy with work and university studies, so 15 minutes is gonna be all right. And watching anime is not included in these 15 minutes. It is actively doing like flashcards, Wonikani, or doing my book Genki, textbooks and stuff like that. So 15 minutes, I believe I can do. And I also want to start journaling. I remember when I started learning Spanish, I had this journal in where I wrote in Spanish, and I think it was very rewarding actually, because I get to practice a lot. And I think that if you are learning a language, it's so boring to do textbooks. I mean, it's very rewarding to do textbooks, but at the end of the day, it's me I want to talk about. So it's perfect to have the journal, to write in Japanese, just do some basic sentences. It doesn't have to be like a whole, like, today I ate this and I felt like that, and I went to my job and then my coworker said this and this and that. No, it just has to be like, today I have watched One Piece, or today I have played Hogwarts Legacy, or something like that. And I also plan to catch up with the One Piece anime. I have about, 500 episodes more. So I guess I'm gonna do that as well. That is another goal I have in my mind. But that is more kind of like a leisure activity, I guess. So those are the actions that I would do to improve my Japanese in 2024. Of course, these are not set in stones, and some days I might not be able to study 50 minutes per day, because sometimes life gets in the way, simple as that. But I guess you can say that those are kind of a good guidelines to follow. Let's talk about some challenges that I would like to overcome next year. Let's face it, that Japanese is not an easy language, especially if you come from a Germanic background. It's a totally different language with totally different characters and grammar and stuff like that. One challenge is the lack of motivation or discipline. It's easy for me to just go all in hardcore on stuff I want to do, and I get burnt out in the process. So that's a thing that I would like to overcome, and that is why I set the goal of doing 15 minutes Japanese every day. And it's totally fine if I don't do 15 minutes Japanese every day, because you gotta be careful so you do not get burnt out of doing stuff, of studying, you know? And to do that, I guess I would need to remind myself why I studied Japanese. Maybe watch a One Piece episode, or just eat some good Japanese food or something like that. Talk to Japanese people, I guess. I need to set realistic goals and achievements. Another challenge is the lack of time, you know? I am very particular with my alone time. When I have been around a lot of people, I really need to sit down and just be myself, play some Hogwarts Legacy, or read a good book, because I need to wind down. And on that alone time, I prefer to not be studying Japanese or something like that. But I need to prioritize my learning, I guess. It can be as simple as reviewing my flashcards on my way to work or uni. I can do 30 minutes of Onigami or Duolingo or something basic like that. So yeah, those are my main two challenges going into 2024. Of course, it can come up more challenges as we go along, but those are the main two, I would say. But one thing, I'm confident that I am going to overcome these challenges, and I'm confident that this is going to be a good year. So that's it for this video. I hope you got some inspiration and some motivation. And if you would like to, please comment down below and tell me about your goals for 2024. It doesn't have to be language learning related, but it would be a plus, because I would love to hear what you have to say. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!